All right, y'all. So we got the win tonight. We got the win. We the Sixers got the win tonight. We played the Spurs tonight. We definitely got the W. That's great. But after a combined 97-point victory within the past 3 games, am I saying that right? I think I am. After the last 3 games with a combined 97-point win margin, y'all get what the hell I'm saying. All right. Tonight's game was rough. Played the Spurs. Went into overtime. Wasn't the prettiest game. It was pretty ugly, actually. After the first 3 quarters. Dominated the first 3 quarters pretty much. Led pretty much 95% of the game. If we going percentage wise, I would say 90 to 95% of the game. We was winning this game. We was up 17 at one point, and we let the Spurs hang around, and they actually came back and took us in overtime. For whatever reason, this was a tough game. Well, not really for whatever reason, because if you think about it, not even think about it, but listen, let me tell you like this. Tobias Harris, 6 points tonight. 6. Yeah. 6 points from Tobias. 5 points from Ben. 3 points from Korkmaz. 8 from Shake. Those are the players that, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was an ugly game. It was a hard-fought game. Especially when you come off 3 straight games where you let your bench play to the remainder of the game. Some games halfway through the third, the bench is in, and we coast to a W. And tonight, Spurs did not let up at all. None whatsoever did the Spurs let up. But what I will say is this: the fight in this team, as I've been saying all season, you just love to see it. You love to see the fight in this team. They don't give up. They ball out until the game is over, until the clock reads 000. So that's the positive of it. You know what I'm saying? We played our hardest, played our heart out, and ultimately we got the W. Now, it should not have come down to us going into overtime to get a win. And by the way, because I didn't mention this, but Ben Simmons had the game-winning tip-in, not the shot, the game-winning tip-in in overtime. So, had he not got the tip-in time, we was going into double overtime. And we had to play an extra 5 minutes against the Spurs, which are right now in position to participate in the play-in in the Western Conference. Like I said in previous videos, it's not about that, because these are all professional players. They're all professional teams. So it's not about who's a cakewalk or not. It doesn't make a difference. I just feel like the Sixers came in with a mentality of, host the Spurs. We blew them out last game. We're gonna blow them out again tonight. And especially because DeRozan didn't play, a couple players didn't play, a couple people didn't play for the Spurs tonight, and I just feel like the Sixers came in and was like, oh, we're gonna blow them out again, and the Spurs backups, whoever they had start tonight, said y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? So Rudy Gay had a great game. A couple other players, I can't remember their names. They were balling. You know what I'm saying? And especially after we went up 17 points, it was just like, it seemed like certain players was just like, we good. You know what I'm saying? But as I said in the beginning of this video, Tobias only had 6 points. Ben only had 5 points. So, yeah. With Tobias, it's not like Tobias he wasn't putting up shots. They were not falling. They were not, and it weren't bad shots. It wasn't like he was just throwing up a bunch of threes. No, like my man's in the paint, hitting little turnaround jumpers off of a post move, and they would go halfway down and come back out. You know what I'm saying? It just was. It was that type of night for Tobias. Ben couldn't do nothing from the free throw line when he got there, but it's Ben. You know, Ben's not taking many shots. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Ben was going 0 for 8 from the floor. I don't know. He may have went over 8. I don't know. But regardless of that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Ben was just out there just missing everything he put up. You know, Ben wasn't making no free throws. He was playing aggressive in the first quarter, but it was fouls. Couldn't hit free throws. And then Tobias, nothing was going in for Tobias, man. He was not getting a roll, the bounce, whatever you want to call it. He was not getting none of it tonight. Joel did Joel. Joel tonight dropped 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist. Joel did Joel per usual. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This definitely can't happen in the playoffs. This for damn sure. So I hope they can get this, knock these little cobwebs off or get this up out their system before the playoffs start in a couple weeks, because this cannot happen. Tobias, we need you to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So, but a win is a win. As a win is a win. As a win is a win. So it is what it is. We got the W. We're moving on. We're back in first place in the East, especially after the Nets lost today to the Bucks. Giannis dropped 45, I think, and KD dropped 42, something like that. But yeah, Sixers back at the top of the Eastern Conference, back in first place. After this W, we are a game ahead of Brooklyn, I think. I believe we're a game ahead of Brooklyn now. But this was a tough game. This was a tough game for the Sixers, man. It was a tough game for sure. Like I said, you know, Tobias was nowhere to be found tonight. 6 points. I think Tobias went like 3 for 20. Or maybe like 3 for 15. Regardless, 3 for whatever. It was terrible. It was bad. It was that bad. It was that bad. You know, shots that he usually a hit would go halfway down, come back out. It was a rough game for Tobias tonight. This was one of those nights where I would have liked to see Ben step his game up offensively, to take some of that pressure off of Tobias and take a lot of the pressure off of Joel, but it didn't happen from Ben. Who did take a lot of pressure off of Joel was Seth Curry tonight. Seth looked confident in his shot. He looked comfortable tonight. Seth went whatever for whatever. I think he went 100% from 3 tonight. He may have missed 1. But he looked good tonight. Seth actually dropped 22 points. Seth had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Seth looked good tonight. You know? Dwight Howard again, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 blocks. Dwight looked good. The rest of the bench looked like shit. You know what I'm saying? Shake back on his little slump, turnovers, and, you know, making bonehead decisions with the rock. You know, just sloppy play from Shake. What I don't understand and don't see or don't get is why Doc has Shake pushing the point when you got, you know, George Hill here. He's here for a reason. You know, I would like to see George Hill push the point, not Shake. I feel like George Hill pushing point would allow, you know, it give more opportunity for Shake to score points where he is not being the ball handler. He can run. Kind of like, not calling him Seth Curry, but kind of like Seth, you know what I'm saying? Movement off the ball. We don't have that. And I really feel like if George Hill is pushing point, you let Shake roam and run and do all that, it would provide more points for Shake, and that would help the bench out is scoring a lot more than it does. Now, don't get me wrong, the bench scored 30-something points against the Spurs bench who scored 20-something points. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that stat, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was we got those 30-something points because of Dwight Howard's 14. Whereas if I would like to see Shake get those 14 to 15 to 20 points off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I love Dwight playing the way he's playing, but Shake, man, what the hell? You know what I mean? But, like I said, man, we got a 4th straight win tonight. That's great. Coming off a 4 straight game losing streak. We get our 4th straight win tonight. It came in a tough fashion in overtime against the Spurs, but nonetheless, we got the W. You know what I'm saying? Win overtime. Tobias, it just wasn't working out for Tobias tonight, man. Nothing was dropping for Tobias. He had a terrible night. Terrible night. Ben had a terrible night. But it's Ben. But Tobias, it's uncharacteristic to see these type of shots from Tobias not fall. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine what his mental was. But he got to bounce back. So we got a game tomorrow against Chicago. Hopefully Tobias can bounce back from this game and come out with a 25, 35, 40, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Tobias could come back and ball the fuck out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice to see. So, I mean, look, man, that's pretty much all I got for the night. Let me look at my notes. Let me look at my notes. But yeah, I mean, look, man, the game was a good game. It was actually a really solid good. It was a solid game. A solid game, It was just, I didn't expect this. I damn sure didn't expect us to go into freaking overtime with the Spurs after being up 17 points. But we let them hang around. We let them. It's Greg Popovich. His teams are not going to sit around and just, not give any effort. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. We got the W, so it's all right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I don't have nothing else to really say. I'm going to give y'all the stats in a second, and we're going to get up out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow for tomorrow's game against the Bulls. Hopefully tomorrow's game against the Bulls is a nice bounce-back game where we can have the starters sit out for the 4th quarter again. You know what I'm saying? That would be love. That would be nice. You know what I mean? So, stats, like I said, Tobias has 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. Tobias played good D tonight. He played good defense tonight. He just couldn't score. I don't know what it was. Like I said, his shots would go in and they come right back out. They wouldn't drop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but hopefully tomorrow night, Tobias comes back and drops 25. You know what I mean? That would be nice to see. Danny Green had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal in the block. Danny Green had a nice, solid game defensively again. His 11 points was big. It was major. We needed it for sure. Danny definitely took a couple stupid shots towards the end of the 4th where we could have ran clock or ran some of the clock, at least some of the clock, after I think we was up like 4 points or 6 points late in the 4th, and he came down and took a contested 3 where he could have just not taking the 3 and just dribbled off some of this time, and we wouldn't have to win the overtime. But it's not his fault. It's not solely on Danny. I'm just saying decisions being made in that type of situation, he should have just not taken that three. Because the transition after that rebound that the Spurs got, they came down and got a quick two. Which made them, which brought the game within 2 points. And then I think he did it again right after that. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on it, but I think he did it again and the same thing happened. But regardless, nonetheless, moving on. Joel had 34 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist. I do want to see this. Fourth quarter, before halftime, before the end of the game, before the end of regulation, we're tied. Joel has the ball. 101 contested, 101, he had the baseline, he had the paint, he could have drove through the paint, could have took him to the baseline. Instead, he settled for a turnaround jumper. Now, usually Joel does hit that, but my thing is, 10 seconds left, you got the ball, it's tied up, you only need 1 point to win. If you drive, you get the foul. If you don't get the foul, you get a higher percentage shot. If you miss it, okay, we go to overtime. But at least take that, make that decision, and make that shot a little bit easier, and make the odds a little bit better. You dig what I'm saying? Drive, get the foul, you hit 1 free throw, that's game over. Instead, he settled for a turnaround jumper. He missed it. We went overtime. All right, moving on. Ben Simmons, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Seth, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Seth had a great night shooting from the floor. He looked comfortable. He looked at ease. His shot was smooth. He looked confident in his shot. Hopefully he can keep this up. And we can continue with dropping at least 15. That's what we need we need Seth to drop 15 points, 12 to 15 points a game in these playoffs that's coming up. That's what we need. Dwight had 14 points, 11 boards, 1 assist, 3 blocks. Dwight, if we can get this consistently from you, we good. Especially in the playoffs, we got Giannis and the Nets and all that. You know what I'm saying? We can get this from you. We keep the rim protection going when Joel is on the bench resting. You come in and we can get that and consistently get some type of points and production from you. We straight. You know what I'm saying? Matisse had 5 points, 2 blocks, and a steal. Shake had 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. We need more from Shake, of course. Korkmaz had 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. We need Korkmaz to be hitting these open threes. He missed a couple of them tonight. Korkmaz, we got to get you back on track. And then George Hill, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. George is starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, but we need more points from you also. We need more production. And I really feel like Doc is starting to take the ball out of he's taking the ball out of his hands by letting Shake control the ball for the most part off the bench when George Hill and Shake is on the court together. I see Shake with the ball more than me personally, than I would like him to have the ball and handle the ball. I'd rather see George Hill with the rock. Like I said earlier in the video, let Shake run around, get open. You can hit the shot, you get the jumper, you can hit you going to the rack, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like George Hill should handle the ball a little bit more. I feel like we need to take the ball out of Shake's hands just a little bit more. I'm not saying just solely and permanently take the ball out of Shake's hand as far as being the point guard for the second team or for the bench. I just feel like George Hill, when he's in the game and Shake is in the game, George should have the ball more than Shake has the ball pushing point. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, man, I'm going to get out of here. I know the routine. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay away from the bullshit, stay away from the goofy-ish, all that. You know what I'm saying? Till the next game, which is tomorrow against the Bulls. Hopefully we have a more Sixer-like game, I guess you could say. And we dominate and we are able to have the starters rest for the fourth quarter because the playoffs is a couple weeks away. That would be nice. But nonetheless, Sixers get a W. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.